Let's draw and paint this rickshaw with an attitude. I recently traveled to Jodhpur, Rajasthan in India. They have a lot of such rickshaws. Unfortunately, these rickshaws are now being phased out in favor of newer versions. Let's begin. Before we proceed, a warning of shaky video ahead. I had strapped the camera to my forehead as an experiment, which created some shaky video. So if you find it troublesome to watch a shaky video, please skip to 8 minutes 29 seconds. I began with a light pencil sketch on a white posterboard paper. This is also called modeling paper. It's very thick, bright and smooth. It's ideal for pen work. As you may see, the pencil work is extremely light and this will be completely obscured by pen work and coloring. We will block out the shapes and perspective without too many details. Let's begin the pen work now. I am using Pigma micron technical pens for the pen work. You may also use a ballpoint pen with the same effect. Since the paper is smooth and conducive to pen work, any waterproof technical pen or a ballpoint pen will work. However, the fountain pen will not work as well on this smooth paper. An advantage of using technical pens over ballpoint pen is the availability of different tip sizes in drawing. I have used a medium tip size pen to draw the outline. Now let's complete the outline of the rickshaw using the pen and then we will start shading. First, we will mark the darkest values using a black brush pen. The black frontage of the rickshaw is a bit lustrous, but at the same time, it is old and the paint is chipped. That is why keep some white areas visible within this black facade. Here, I am using a red brush pen to paint these letters. The literal meaning of these letters in Hindi is blessings from my father. I guess the rickshaw owner's father must have had a substantial hand in financing of this rickshaw. I used the same red brush pen to paint the other red areas on the rickshaw, including the two bulbs at the top. Now it's time to add some finer shading using technical pens. For this, I am using thin tip technical pens. I will use various hatching, cross hatching and contour strokes for the fine shading. Use a combination of thick strokes using black brush pen and thin strokes using technical pens to create believable shades. Between shading with black brush pen and black technical pens, I will keep returning to the colored brush pens. There's no specific sequence that I follow, and as you can see, I keep juggling between multiple pens as I feel. Now let's finish the shading process using brush pens and technical pens, and then we'll return for the coloring process. Let's start painting using watercolor. I am using Gouache watercolors for painting this piece. Since we are aiming for high contrast, I chose not to use the transparent watercolors, that is, the watercolors that we use by default. Gouache watercolors are thick and opaque. You can safely use acrylic colors instead of watercolors on posterboard if you choose to. To keep the bright and colorful character of this rickshaw intact, I will be using mostly primary colors with a little bit of shading. Wherever the rickshaw is not so colorful, I will use Payne's Grey, which is a bluish grey color. This color provides an excellent backdrop to pop out the rest of the bright colors. In some places, I have diluted the Payne's Grey using burnt sienna to bring out some warmth in the colors. I decided to keep the background minimalistic. I added some foliage in the background. The green of the foliage contrasts well with the reds and blues of the rickshaw. Notice that there is no penwork for the background because I wanted to keep it diffused and soft. Now let's create a ground for the rickshaw using a shadow. This shadow will also create some additional dynamism in the picture. The shadow will be blue because the light is very harsh. Once the shadow is painted, our painting is done. But you may choose to add some additional finishing touches to the picture before you call it a day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to the channel and also enable the bell icon to get regular notifications as and when I upload the videos. If you want to know more about my books, video trainings and art gallery, please visit my website coming up within a few seconds. Happy sketching!